Hello, and welcome to a tale that'll chill you to the very bone. It occurs in a place named Whitechapel in 1888. The place is overcrowded with immigrants and the poorest, most desperate souls in England. The streets are ridden with criminals and poverty of the worst kind. The kind of poverty that'll leave people desperate and willing to do anything for money. This is where our scoundrel is born. To some he's known as Leather Apron or the Whitechapel Murderer, but he's notoriously known as Jack the Ripper, and this is his story.
The name on the lips in the Whitechapel rockery was the Old Scratch Jack,
where everyone took part
in a bit of crookery in order to earn their pack. The infamous Ripper targeted the few, the ladies who walked the night. Could it have been in order to silence the truth?
He gave many an awful fright.
The ladies would frequent the lush streets and bells, for penny each trembler for a gin.
Oh, would have known it would cause such shells
in an area pulsating with sin.
During his reign of terror, our Jackie had 5 victims, each of them similar in many ways. But who were these women and why were they chosen? Let's find out. The first of the victims was Mary Ann Nichols, known to her friends as Polly. Happily married and a mother of 5 till it was found she was a dolly. To her father she wed, but then came friction because of her need for drink. Then the street she was forced and found to death, and to the others there is a link. Nanny's story's similar. She's married with kids and separated as of her drunken ways, although supported by her husband till after his death, turning the only life that pays. One night in a lodging house she gets in a fight but still works despite a black eye. She walks down the streets to earn her lodgings, and this decision causes her to die. Next 2 in one, the first is Stride, marries and they open a business. But the shop is shut down and the rest is unknown. Her family's death she reports to have witnessed. She moves in with Kidney, their relationship rocky because of her drinking and complete disregard. She's seen with a man by Israel Schwartz. Jack's interrupted in Dutfield's yard. Thirsty for blood, Jack's in a rage. Next up on his list is Kate. Catherine Eddowes the name, different from the rest, although still killed by a man full of hate. Was Eddowes a mistake? She was not known some tale, but she gets drunk and gives a false name. To the police she is Nancy's Mary Kelly, the 5th victim's name was the same. Now last on the list is Irish-born Kelly, who works at the end of the line. They say she's polite unless she's drunk, but loses her husband because she's too kind. The last she was seen with a well-dressed man, she does have a sense of law. She's later heard singing a violet from Mama's grave, till Jack comes along to silence her. Now we have the victims, so on to the suspects. After poor Polly Nichols' death, a detective named Frederick Aveline was brought in to investigate the gruesome goings-on in Whitechapel. The Royals, a doctor, butcher or Jew, hundreds of suspects, and here's but a few. A mortuary man, prone to fits, meets a profile was his job just a perk. Did he kill the poor girls in his neighbourhood so he could admire his handiwork? Son of the Queen fell in love and fell ill, the Queen was most displeased. Reputation at stake, the Freemason stepped in and silenced the threat with ease. Was he part of the Freemason plot to silence the girls? Probably not. Did he make the Ripper scare Kelly away? He hated her lifestyle, so made her pay.
Oh, could it be? Oh, could it be? Let's sniff him out and make him pay. Get the dogs and roam the streets, we'll catch old Jack today.
Was he the Ripper or was he a fraud? He confessed but the Ripper he wanted to applaud. A suspect as he murdered his wife, from similar victims did they die at his knife. Probably wasn't to blame for the crimes, but had a confession within his right. And a hatred of women, especially those of the night, putting him in an asylum seemed awfully right.
Oh, could it be? Oh, could it be? The Queen is desperate for killings to stop. Mr. Lask will lead the vigilante gangs and save the next Ollie Mop.
Schizophrenic, delusional, paranoid man was killing the women all part of his plan. Was a teacher found dead in a famous London river? His medical knowledge would help in removing the livers. Maxwell claims she saw Kelly twice after she died. It's fact she's dead, why would she lie? Killed many women throughout his life of crime, but couldn't be the Ripper who was imprisoned at the time.
Oh, could it be? Oh, could it be? No Englishman could commit such crime. Let's hunt the immigrants and catch the fiend and make him serve his time.
Was a favourite suspect of the press, and in prison being the Ripper he did confess. His lawyer swears he was the Ripper Jack, but evidence thereof seems to lack. Is he a myth, just for a thriller, or must you suggest he was our serial killer? His statement was deemed far too detailed. Was he our man Jack who left his victims impaled?
Oh, could it be? Oh, could it be? A doctor with knowledge of knives? Or is it in fact a sick butcher at work who is to blame for the taking of lives?
Known as the terror of the city police, could he have been the man who upset the peace? Murder's wife goes to prison, then deemed insane, escaped to kill again, he wouldn't refrain. A surgeon turned barber, Ebeline's favourite for the crimes, but his killing style was questioned, he poisoned through wine. Admitted himself to the hospital at the time of the killing, had an interest in the occult and found the crimes quite thrilling.
Oh, could it be? Oh, could it be? He must be utterly psychotic to treat the poor women the way that he does. Is it in fact ritualistic?
Was a butcher who complained about hearing strange noises. Did he kill on behalf of the murderous voices? A mad Russian doctor, a convict and thief, killed perhaps as homicidal relief. A whole lot of suspects with motives of their own. Still today the Ripper's identity is yet to be known. But with all these mysteries left unsolved, who was the real Jack the Ripper? Roll up and gather round. The conclusion to our tale is sure to be found. Ladies and gents, please take a seat. Cross my heart, you're in for a treat. We have on our stage the wildest of beasts. Hideous, lot you be unfortunate to me. First up, Chapman, Ebeline a fan. Could he in fact be a man? Well, people, what a shame. Georgie boy mustn't have wanted the fame. A cowardly man, poison he preferred. To suggest he could be Jackie is utterly absurd. Could our friend then be another dastardly fiend? I mimes with nothing was awfully mean. A turn of events I didn't expect. I mime seemed our most likely suspect. So now to the nitty-gritty we must go if we're continuing this here show. Coming up next is a madman at best. Look into his eyes and you shall never rest. Kosminski indeed a tortured soul, but is he up for our leading role? Kosminski of course far too mad to be Jack. I hope you've been listening and keeping track. Schwartz saw the victim in Duffield's yard. Finding our villain is proving awfully hard. Well, looky here, David Cohn comes up next. A sinister, seething, diabolical mess. A mix-up of names let him stay free. Kaminsky, in fact, was his true identity. I give you, ladies and gents, a Ripper. And this has been his Startling tale.